Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca at the Church of Chewbacca, and we are going to go over the third inning showdown so you can get those 70 coveted program stars for the third inning program. Hopefully, with these tips and some strategy here, we can get you through this showdown. It's a little bit harder than the ones that came out for the National League and American League for Stage 2 of the Team Affinities. Also, if you're enjoying the videos, please hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing as a channel and bring you this good content. Alright guys, so like always, we're going to go over each mission. I'm going to give you some tips and pointers about how to complete it. This showdown's a little bit harder than the other showdowns that they put in there, such as the National League and American League Stage 2 for the Team Affinities, as the difficulty ranges all the way from Rookie to All-Star. So the final showdown is on All-Star this time around, and when we get there, I'll kind of explain against each of the two pitchers you could possibly get, like how to attack them when you're batting. So let's get started. The first mission I had on this run for this third inning showdown is 1,500 stakes, please. So this is pretty much Chipper Jones recorded 1,500 RBIs with your showdown squad, scored 2 runs in 2 innings. Essentially, you go into the game, you have your leadoff hitter, you face Mike Soroka, right-handed pitcher from the Atlanta Braves, and you play them. It's on Rookie for one final showdown run. Not too bad of a mission, especially because you get 2 innings to score 2 runs. It isn't too bad of a mission. You get 2 innings to score 2 runs. I think you guys will easily be able to do this. What happened here when I did it is I actually left out of the mission by accident. I wasn't even thinking. I thought that I already had played the 2 innings because I wasn't paying attention, which is my own stupidity. Shouldn't be too hard for you guys to do. Every other run I've done this, which is the 3rd time through, to kind of see what missions might change and what might not change for you guys. I did it the other 2 times with relative ease. Soroka is not a super strong pitcher. He's a mid-level silver. Moving on to the next mission, the Flying Hawaiian. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Shane Victorino is actually Hawaiian. He was born in the state of Hawaii. And this is basically from the 2009 NLDS when he hit a game-tying grand slam. So with the bases loaded, you have to score 4 runs in 1 inning with your showdown squad. This doesn't start you with your leadoff hitter. Instead, it starts you with your second hitter. So I would just put whoever's in your leadoff spot as someone that's speedy, that's not the best hitter, and make sure you stack your lineup 2, 3, 4. This is also on Rookie, not too hard of a challenge. It can be a little tricky. You want to try to make sure that you get a pitch that's up in the zone so that you don't hit into a double play, because there's that double play potential with the bases loaded already. But being on Rookie, if you catch a fastball high in the zone, there's a good chance you can drive it in the gap or hit it over the fence. I've done this 3rd time. 2 of the 3 times I hit a home run with the first batter. So it's possible to get out of this one pretty quickly. It can take a little bit, but it's only 1 inning, so it's not too bad of a mission. Next, we have Bobblehead Walk-Off. This is another mission that's tied to Shane Victorino. He had a walk-off home run to secure a win for the Phillies on his bobblehead night at one point in time in his career. In a tie game, essentially walk off the Phillies with your showdown squad. And you come in the bottom of the 8th inning against Hector Neris, a right-handed relief pitcher that's a silver for the Philadelphia Phillies. So you come in, you bat. If you score a run, you go and pitch at the top of the 9th. They already have your closing pitcher in, so you don't need to warm up a pitch or anything. I would warm up maybe whoever your setup man is, just in case for whatever reason the game goes a little bit longer and you have to pinch it for your pitcher at some point in time. Also, this mission's only on Rookie, so it should be a pretty easy one, quick in and out mission. Doubles Machine is next on the list. And this is in 2009, Brian Roberts led the American League in doubles. So with your showdown squad, tally 2 extra base hits in 1 inning. Being on Rookie difficulty, I don't think this mission's too bad. You're going to come into the mission with your leadoff hitter facing John Means, a left-handed pitcher for the Orioles. I do think, though, to get 2 extra base hits in 1 inning is a little bit ridiculous for such an early mission on the showdown. However, I think you guys will be able to do it. Once again, it's very quick. It's only 1 inning, so it's something that I would at least go in and try, even though it does sound a little bit difficult. Next is Take 'em Down. It is on veteran difficulty. You have a tie game in the 8th inning facing the Reds lineup, and Ken Griffey Sr. is the featured. He has a gold card that you can unlock in the 3rd inning program. Essentially, you come in the 8th inning with Amir Garrett, left-handed pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, with your leadoff batter, and you have to win the game. So if you want to put in some guys that are good platoon guys against left-handed pitching, here would be the time. I know that Andrew McCutchen comes up quite a bit in the drafts, or players you can pick for silver players. It's be a pretty good guy to pick up, especially because you got to face not only Amir Garrett, but John Means typically in the mission before this. So Andrew McCutchen would be my suggestion for silvers to pick up, because he has a good split against left-handed pitchers, and he's a pretty good hitter, pretty nice swing. Okay, so when I've done this is the third time I've done it. There has been one time where the mission switched, and they both had switched in the same showdown run, so I don't know if they're like together or not. But you could possibly see a mission called Not Today Chipper here in the first spot instead of 1500 stakes, please. And essentially come in with your closer, and you cannot blow a save. So pretty quick, easy mission. And then over here in the doubles mission, you can actually get a mission that is called Gone to Utah Street, which essentially you have to allow no runs and save the game. So they're both pitching missions, so I highly recommend when you're doing your draft, and I'll explain that at the end of the video whenever I do the portion that we talk about the squad and some players that I recommend picking, is I 100% of the time pick the Bruce Sutter, just because you're going to need a closing pitcher at some point in time on a showdown run, so you might as well pick one of the better ones, especially because the computer seems to not be able to hit his splitter. Moving on to the showdown versus Sutter. This has been Bruce Sutter every single time I've done this, and this is on veteran difficulty. It's a little bit of a harder showdown than we've typically been seeing in these. It has pretty decent XP though, and it has the one silver pack that you seem to always get on the first showdown when doing any of the showdowns that have been in the game so far. And this one, you're down 3 runs, so you have to score 4 runs in the game with 9 outs with a runner on first and second base. So you start off with your third batter. So I put maybe 2 speedsters that aren't the best hitters or have decent hitting in the 1 and 2 spot. Put your best hitters 3, 4, 5 and start your lineup from the third spot. My advice for facing this Bruce Sutter is to make sure that you look for his fastball. His splitter has a lot of movement, and I just wouldn't try to hit any of his off-speed stuff. Try to look for a fastball up in the zone, especially in the first couple batters, because you do have people on first and second, and the last thing you want to do is hit into a double play and take those 9 outs you have down to 7 outs on the first swing. So just be patient with him. He is pretty accurate, and he will throw you a ball high. If for whatever reason it's the splitter high, it doesn't have as much movement as if he throws it low, but he does like to try to pound the bottom of the zone, especially with that splitter, and the splitter he throws is very hard to hit. So once you guys have beat Bruce Sutter in the first showdown, you get this mission, and all 5 of these missions up to the final showdown have been the exact same every single time for me, so I don't know if there's one in this second set of 5 that could change, but for me it hasn't, so I'm assuming that they're the same 5 in the same order. So you get the 1984 World Series MVP mission with your showdown squad, tally 2 extra base hits in 2 innings. You start out facing Dan Norris, a left-handed pitcher for the Tigers. Just have to get 2 extra base hits. It's on veteran. It's not too hard of a mission. Norris is only a bronze. So the reason I didn't complete this mission was actually I hit the ball pretty hard, but the Giants Stadium is huge. I hit a perfect with Gold Jonathan Scope, and I didn't get out of the park with it, and it was like a fastball up. Not saying that every perfect should be a home run. I'm not complaining about that. Just I had some runners on, and I would have completed and got that second extra base hit, even if it would have went into the gap, and I just didn't. Other than that, because the park is big, if you hit it in the gaps, it's a pretty easy mission to get extra base hits. I just didn't execute in this mission. I should have. It's just one of those times where I didn't hit well, and the couple times I did hit well, I didn't get rewarded, but that's baseball. It happens. The next mission is Sutter Dominance. It's against Bruce Sutter, so it's the second time you'll get to face him. In the bottom of the 8th, you come in with your leadoff hitter, and you have to score a run and then come in and pitch and shut down the Cubs afterwards. On veteran difficulty, quick, easy mission. You guys should be able to do this at a pretty high success rate. Now, the next mission is one of the longer missions within this series. Actually, all 3 of the next ones are, and they're all on all-star difficulty, I believe. This one is the Chipper Jones had a great year in 1999. Essentially, because of that, in this mission, you have to tally 4 hits and 2 extra base hits in a 3-inning game with your showdown squad. You're facing Mike Foldovich, and he's a right-handed pitcher. He's a high 70s card. He throws the ball pretty hard, about 97 miles an hour. He will throw you a lot of fastballs, and just kind of focus, make him throw strikes, and try to capitalize on him throwing those fastballs up in the zone. These missions are long, so I would mark this mission kind of as optional. If you don't think you need the 6 runs at the back end of this, then skipping all 3 of these missions might be okay. However, I would do at least one of these missions, and I'll tell you why you want to do at least one of them. is because the difficulty bumps up on the All-Star, and the final showdown is All-Star. So maybe it'll let you at least adjust to the pitch speed on All-Star. And with allowing you to adjust to the pitch speed from All-Star rather than Veteran or Rookie, you should be able to do the final showdown a little bit easier. So I would do at least one of the missions. However, it never hurts to pop into a mission. You're always the away team in these last 3 missions and just kind of do them. This one is the easiest of the 3 because I think that the pitcher is pretty easy to hit. Although Atlanta Braves do have a pretty decent outfield, pretty quick, so you might have a little bit of trouble in 2 extra base hits. As you can see, I completed this one when I did it. It did take me 2.5 innings, though. The next mission is the 2009 NLCS, and it's essentially Shane Victorino had a amazing 2009 NLCS, tally 4 extra base hits in a 3-inning game on All-Star. I find this mission absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. I went in there, I batted the first half inning, and I ended up getting 3 extra base hits, which is why I kept doing the mission. It still took me until the 3rd inning with 2 outs to get the final extra base hit. That's how ridiculous it is. I literally started the game off with 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs, and a double, and it took me another 8 outs to get another extra base hit. Maybe it's bad hitting. Maybe I was getting a little anxious. You do face Vince Velasquez, right-handed pitcher. Silver, not too great of a pitcher, but still, it's just absolutely ridiculous mission. I don't know what SDS was thinking with this. The next one's even more ridiculous. King Roberts. This is Brian Roberts holding all these Orioles franchise records. Cool story, bro. I get that he has all these records as a second baseman, which is awesome for him, and he was a great player for the Orioles. But to then have a mission that requires a 3-inning game to tally 5 hits, 3 runs, and 2 extra base hits on All-Star difficulty, even if you're facing Alex Cobb, who's not the best pitcher in the world at only being a bronze, it's absolutely ridiculous. I did this mission just to see how much it is. I skipped it the other 2 times, and honestly, it's just a ridiculous mission. It's going to take you 2 or 3 innings. If you get there and you're like 10 to 15 or 8 to 15 and you think you can do the final showdown with the amount of runs and the team you have, I would honestly just skip this mission. I don't think it's worth doing. Actually, the last 3 aren't really worth doing unless you need the final showdown runs, and I know some of you do. And honestly, if you need some help with them, leave some comments below, and I will try to help you guys out with maybe who to put in your lineup based on who you guys drafted or who popped up when you were picking up extra cards to try to get some of these missions done. Because I know on the All-Star difficulty that this showdown becomes very hard for some of you guys, and I want everyone to be successful and get these 70 program stars. It's very important to me as a community that I'm helping you guys achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve. So after this King Roberts, you face in the final showdown, and the final showdown will be versus the Braves or versus the Phillies. I'm assuming there might be something versus the Orioles, but the Orioles don't really have a Future Stars pitcher, so I don't even know what pitcher the Orioles would use if it is versus the Orioles, but I would assume that if it can be versus the Braves versus the Phillies, that it might be able to be versus the Orioles, but I'm not sure. The only 2 I've had is versus the Braves or versus the Phillies. And this one I have versus the Braves, and it is the Future Stars starting pitcher Kyle Wright. For the Phillies, it is the Future Stars starting pitcher Adonis Medina. And they're both on All-Star. Both of the guys are pretty decent pitchers with pretty good ratings. They're obviously low 90s diamonds. So you get the 20 outs and whatever the score is. I would assume if you don't skip anything, you should be about anywhere from 8 to 12 to 15. So you should have to score maybe 8 to 4 runs. I don't know if you'll get 15 out of 15. Like, if you get 12 to 15, I would just skip the last mission. If you're at 11 to 15, I'd probably skip the last 2 missions if you're confident enough to score 5 runs or so on either one of these pitchers. Just because those missions are so long that I just don't know if it's worth spending the time to do them. But I guess you can try them if you really want to try to secure more runs. I don't have a big issue with it. I'm just going to leave them as optional. Personally, I would skip them, but I'm a little bit of a better hitter. Alright guys, that's each of the missions broken down. Like I said, leave some comments if you need any help with anything. Let's go look at the managed squad, and I'll kind of explain how the draft works. So in the initial draft, the first round is always a diamond round, and it will be the 3 third-inning bosses, which is Chipper Jones, Brian Roberts, and Shane Victorino. Every single time I pick Chipper Jones, he just has amazing pop and amazing power. The one time it was the 92 Evolution, Eddie Matthews. A couple other times it was random guys I can't remember. The only guy that I would probably pick over the three bosses would be Eddie Matthews, because he has a super legit swing for me, and I actually do really well in the showdown. But I figured since it's Chipper Jones' third inning showdown, and that's probably the best option for you guys, I'd pick him anyway here. Also when you're drafting, you will have the option in the second round to pick one of the other third inning cards that are in the packs. Always go with Bruce Sutter, the pitcher right here, the gold pitcher for the Cubs, because you're going to need a closer. You don't really need a starter. I got hemmed up with Max Fried. You do have to pitch with starters, but like your performance with them doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if you're a bronze or a common, because you could let up 30 runs and it has nothing to do with any of the hitting missions. None of these missions, other than missions that involve the closing pitcher, are missions where you have to pitch well. So you don't have to worry about that. I mean, obviously there's some missions where you have to pitch well that are in the back end, like you come into the bottom of the 8th inning versus some guys and have to walk them off or whatever, but you're still going to have Bruce Sutter. He's already in the lineup. The Max Fried is not even an option, or Victor Alcantara, or whoever you have as a starter. They're not options. Some lineup suggestions is the final showdown pitchers are always right-handed, so get guys that smash right-handed pitching. Same with Bruce Sutter. He's a right-handed pitcher, so you want guys that are good against right-handed pitching. A guy that I have liked to pick up every single time he's been an option has been Kyle Schwarber. He has an amazing swing. He crushes right-handed pitching. As you can see, he has 92 power versus right-handed pitching, 55 contact. He has pretty low vision, but I don't think it's that big of an issue just because he hits the ball so dang hard. Another guy that's I think is a good option is Trey Mancini. He has pretty balanced hitting, righty or lefty. Like I said, you don't have to face too many lefties, but I feel like he's always been available and a pretty good option. For diamonds, I like Klesko and Edmonds, which is why I have them. Big left-handed swings with power against righties. It seems like you get to choose between a lot of Orioles players, Braves players, and Cubs players, because those are what the third inning bosses are. Obviously, there's some guys mixed in here or there. Two other guys you seem to always have an option to pick seems to be Brian Roberts and this Eddie Matthews at some point in time. Eddie Matthews, like I said, I really like his swing, so I like his silver early on if he's an option, as well as Brian Roberts is pretty good. For some silvers, I highly recommend Aquino, Hoskins, and McCutchen. McCutchen hits left-handed pitching really well. Hoskins has a lot of power, both sides. And Aquino's just kind of fast, and he has this kind of a really nice swing and good pop. Like, I don't know what it is. These Cincinnati Reds guys' bats are juiced in this game, man. I'm telling you right now. Another guy that if you ever see him in any mode, Suarez from the Cincinnati Reds, 100% pick him every time. I seen him as an option the first run I did, and I automatically picked him. It just seems like, I don't know if the developers like the Reds more than other teams, but this seems like every guy on that team hits the ball very, very well. Maybe I'm just biased, but I'm a Pirates fan, so I don't even like the Reds. I actually hate the Reds, but whatever. They all seem to hit the ball well for me. Guys, I really hope that this video helps you guys complete this third inning showdown. I think it's a pretty tough showdown. Just keep your head down, keep trying. If you have any questions, like I said before, leave some comments down in the comments section. Hopefully I can help you guys get through any rough patches you're having. With that being said, I really appreciate everything you guys have been doing and all of the support. Please hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so that I know I'm doing a good job, so you know whenever I'm uploading videos, so that we can keep growing this great community I think we're going to have. Also, if you are enjoying the content and you want to watch me live, you can watch me on twitch.tv/HopefulChewbacca, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. I do stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, I do not have a set schedule, so if you want to know when I go live those days, please follow me on Twitter at Hopeful1137. Also, if you guys need any help, have any questions, or want to play a friendly, you can add me on PlayStation Network. My gamer tag is Hopeful1137. Guys, I appreciate all of the positive support and comments, and anybody that's been subscribing to the channel and watching on a regular basis. You guys have a great day, and please be safe.